must be Heimdall's cathedral's bell. It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? Not so different from how it does in the Ost district. Well, that makes sense considering the distance. The bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to be here.
Rain?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be? Yeah. I see all of your classmates are with you too. It's only been a week since we last saw you, hasn't it? Well, we were told to meet here. Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp. Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what? Then that would mean you're the one we were told to wanted us to come here? Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why did she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear! She could at least have given me a little warning that you were coming. Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Astraea Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Boys! I don't think I've seen that uniform before. The uniform's for Thor's military. My brother studied there when he was younger. Wasn't it military? Get back! I can't read fast enough! Damn it! Can't do it! Oh my, isn't that Lady Laura? She always looks so gallant. Oh, do you think she's transferring here? Is that blonde boy useless to Calperias? Damn it! You think that boy's a foreigner? He's so tall. Aw, that redhead is so cute! That silver-haired girl looks like she needs a hug. The blonde girl seems so coached. Which family she's like, damn it! The girl with the glasses is such an amazing figure. Woman, talk slower! I can feel like their stare. I can feel the stairs boring holes in my head. Better no heed. Anyway, we certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. And Laura's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. You think that boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Aren't they all the same age as you, Elise? I don't know and I don't care!
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's rose garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside. Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh, no way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me... I knew it! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, alright? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you! I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in St. Estrella too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But
Well, she seems lively. She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting. I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person. So this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming. I can see why people always compare her to an angel. Me too.
Please don't worry about me. While I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility, I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Rean Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Rean? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have two brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
it's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady? Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable?
Who's this guy? I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
I like this guy. Exactly. Well, so we really shouldn't let men in this fucking place. We're gonna help.
Could he be?
quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Wait. So this is... Wow.
Indeed. 'Tis I, Olivert Ricey Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you. Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the class is run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it,
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thors who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thors myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
She's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends of Princess Alphen of all people. I wish I do. I wish I knew how much of that was what she said was genuine. Elise. Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. Well, thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night. Why are all the women staring at me? Don't worry. Can't understand where she's coming from though. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault. Ah yes, I almost forgot. Rean, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Of me? Your Highness? Oh, you're going to ask him? Hehe, but of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Maki's father invited me to attend. Yeah, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Mesa Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping you would join me as my dance partner, Rean. Huh? What? Does that mean... Do you think Her Highness knows that old saying? A dance party today, a wedding tomorrow? I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, hold on a minute. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great of an honor for someone like me. Oh, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Schwarzes have a long, deep ties to the Imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Eustace. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Eustace, you're not helping! Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you for help to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she said you're an excellent dancer and stepped lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Rean? Well... I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No, that's not what I mean, Your Highness. I can't whistle, sorry. That's my sister, alright. She really knows how to twist the knife. Your Highness, please! You too, Prince Oliver! Looks like they're having fun, at least. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this. Ah, I see now. How could it not have crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else. Or is there someone you're already courting? Ah! Why did Laura respond to that? Anyway, well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, how am I gonna get out of this one? I'm not gonna, I don't know how to turn her down gently. Hehehe. Very well, I sure will let this time. Huh? Ah. However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society. So I'd be very happy if you'd give me my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, doubt it. Seems like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's older brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I got the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Oliver was even more Prince Oliver was an even more unusual person than I'd heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. To think, he's the one who made Class 7 possible. He seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that both the director seems to have their own agenda for it. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motive seems incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kinda threw me for a loop, too. I would never have imagined she was a bracer, maybe because you don't really see them around that much to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be, too. I assume you already knew about her history, Faye. Yep, the guild is every Jaeger Corps' main competition, after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during her operations. Really? Unbelievable. I'd almost forgotten about those good old... Instructor? How long had you been there? So it looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kinda tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit then. I hate to break it to you, but you don't have any to begin with. Shh! Did you hear that? Did you hear an old maid singing? What was that? Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire. This is quite an unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea. But the governor asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is going to be put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Huh? What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've even had the chance to explain? Actually, there is a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor and he decided that this would be the best way to handle the issue. Now, if you'd be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Heimdall Central Station.